Hello, welcome to my first YouTube tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a Kilner jar light. It doesn't have to be a Kilner jar, you can get quite a few jars that this will be applicable for. I've made two different types, but I'll run you through the basics of how to do it. So this is a finished product. It's a Kilner jar, Kilner 1 litre jar, a vintage style bulb, a light socket with a wire. It's then attached to a switch and a plug, and that is as easy as it gets. I will talk you through how to make the hole to get the socket through, teach you how to do the connections of the wires, and also any kind of modifications that you can go with it. For this project you will need some wire cutters, 2 screwdrivers and the following: a drill, some C-clamps, a 32mm drill piece, the fitting, a bulb, a jar, the lids, and a switch and wire. So here you can see we are drilling the hole. You'll need 2 C-clamps or something similar to make sure the actual Kilner lid doesn't run away when you're trying to drill it. But what will happen here is you'll just get a 32mm hole, which is perfect size for the socket. Once you have the hole, it should look something like this. That's a 32mm hole. You can get the light socket and it should butt up pretty nicely if you give it a tug. That's now your socket. If it does get a little bit loose, you can seal it either with a hot glue gun or some super glue or something of that like. But this is pretty sturdy. Next you'll need the screwed lid of the Kilner jar to put that on so we don't forget it, which goes right through there. And then once that's all a unit, you can get the bulb, screw it in, get the jar, put that on there, and that is halfway there. So all we need to do now is do the electrical side of it, which is involving some wire scissors or wire cutters or whatever, a couple of screwdrivers, and that's as hard as it gets. So you need a positive screwdriver and flathead. Obviously if you don't buy the wire with the switch on, which I didn't, I've already done this, but I'll show you how it works. You'll have to wire both sides. So this is it. You've got a blue and a brown. Obviously line that up with the blue and the brown, tuck it in and screw it up again. Here I'm just lining up so the actual wire doesn't stick out. Just going to cut with the scissors. You should probably use some wire cutters, but scissors are the nearest thing I have, and just make sure that they are the right length. Here you're just going to strip the wire back, again probably with some wire cutters. I'm using scissors. Give these a twist to make them whole. Make sure they won't be frailing around, and then it's just a case of screwing them in. And that looks like it's done, so now just pop everything back together. And there you have a sealed switch. So now the testing part, the fun part, where we find out if it works. It's already that end, just plug it in down here. So it's all plugged in, ready for the big switch on. It's like Christmas all over again. And it works. So yeah, it works, and that's as simple as it gets. Like I said at the start of the video, you can add some modifications. I add some links down below as to what you can add. I have seen different types of jars used. I've seen different types of wire used. You can get the braided wire like you find on irons, like a fabric textured patterned wire. You can get those. Yeah, I'll show you a different version of a jar that I've done. It had a cork top. There's plenty of things you can do with it. You can kind of take the basics and run with it. You don't have to have a switch if you don't like. You can make the wire longer or shorter as you like. There's lots of things you can do with it. Let me know what you do with it. Send me a tweet, send me a picture, send me a comment just to see what you've done with it. Also a little tip, you can get these Kilner lids. If you're doing it with a Kilner jar, you can get these extra lids. There is 12 in this packet, and I think it was something around £4 or £5. So if you're worried about doing the drilling, there's plenty of chances to go wrong. So it's always a nice little backup to have. And if you like this type of video, please like and subscribe, and I'll hope to be doing some more soon. Thank you very much for watching.